It relies a lot on the timing of your rotates. They're about to be put to the test here and now because they'll be started on that CT side.
Nuke is where we'll be continuing this battle between these two teams. The loser eliminated the winner, going into the semi-finals against Enigma Galaxy. Who will it be? 9 Pandas Fearless or FURIA?
And of course, not going to quite get into it just yet. Got a little bit of a technical problem. So we can kind of address and I guess really reflect because we've only got one team's kind of tail of the tape to really express and kind of break down. Just for 20 seconds. And that is FURIA. They didn't look too great on it. Na'Vi Javelins looked incredibly well. Have they learned from it? That's the key thing. What is the takeaways?
Yeah, and I wonder why. I wonder if maybe that's why 9 Pandas Fearless felt comfortable letting it through after seeing Na'Vi demolish FURIA yesterday. OLGA was getting absolutely punished outside, and if she can find that space that she wasn't against Na'Vi, that's where FURIA can take over the game. It all comes down to these questions and what answers they have to provide. FURIA getting ready in towards lobby. Player on top with utility. A feeling inevitable.
Yeah, Flash is going to rain through the skylights. Tati playing anti-fatal with the dual Berettas, and even another player tucked in towards CT vent. These crossfires to be very difficult to break down.
Here's the smoke. Flash is getting set up now, and they're going to raid out. The molly's missed though, so Fatal can just sit up here, and it's awkward. It's congestion in towards Hut, and Fatal capitalizes with one, looking for a second, and she does it with the dualies. Car comes on through, but it's Fatal again, taking them down. Dual Berettas in hand, and it's GaBi, the queen of the clutch, has to come up again, and Shu is there to take her down.
Oh, it gets incredibly close, but what could have been? Because that is all orchestrated from the fact that Fatal's allowed to stay up there. The Molotov missing is really everything. That cost FURIA the entire round.
And it even came down to a 1v1 in the end. So that's how close these margins are. Actually, this might have been a 1v3 basically. That's incredible for GaBi. Oh. Getting those 3 kills, almost the 4th. Starting strong.
Yeah, and if you've got a revitalized GaBi in the server, she's continuing her good form, that's scary.
A force in no plant, and they're still able to get out a rifle. T economy. Doing all right these days. Shu might be in some trouble here. There is a fast rotate from Victoria with that Famous. Okay, she's going to think better of it. She's just sitting around that smoke trying to catch a foot. Because she is Shu. Flash comes through, blinded now, tucked in towards the orange box. Rotation come through, and she has to do well. One goes down to her, and here's that rotation from Victoria, but she is smoked off. So suddenly there's an avenue through. A lot of damage has been done, and Fatal's already here with the M4. Has to be careful she doesn't give this one over. She's moving to a more advanced position where it's a bit easier for her to fight from, a bit more disadvantageous for the T's, but still, she comes out behind. Boca swings through with the Mach-10. And FURIA have found a way to the bomb site.
Yeah, taking space, doors already open, so now, a crossfire could try to be established, but Tati swings in for 2, and as 2 does OLGA. Suddenly, it's a 1v1. OLGA 10 HP, position known by Victoria. Smoke on the bomb, no defuse kit.
Yeah, no kit, that's key. Smoke goes down, she can tap this, but all OLGA has to do is play this one to perfection. Doesn't want to overpeak it. She's come around single, and Victoria is not reading that at all. OLGA comes through from behind, 3 kills to her name, and FURIA strike back immediately in the second round force.
And that's just brute force. Brutality from FURIA, because the repositions and the rotates were very fast from 9 Pandas Fearless, and I was impressed that they had 2 players already to receive on decon door as soon as contact would be taken in from control, but instead, because that ground was lost, out to a Mach-10 no less, and then on the def cam they jumped through the windows. They tried to take and fight back the space from outside the bomb site.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it during that moment, but Fatal really getting herself isolated there in towards control was a bit of maybe a misplay there, because she goes down without getting a kill, and that M4 is passed on over. Now it's another fight, forces back in. Tati this time taking the fight, good damage, a kill, and Bokor low. Tell you what, the back and forth nature of Anubis continuing here on Nuke early. Neither team wanting to concede a single inch.
Oh. Car deals with the scout. Not your typical warp head-to-head between 2 players, but it does work out.
Second chance here, maybe with this Molotov. Oh no, she's going to go down. I thought maybe she was going to be throwing some utility on the roof.
No, you're going to take the control outside, maybe try and take the long-range engagements, but are you ready for Elizabeth? So close, tucked in.
I feel like this late in the round, you have to be considering that someone could be in dark, but she is in a real grimy corner. Little gremlin tucked on in, gets one, can't get a second, does a bit of chip damage, but keeps in this 3v3. Fatal not quite about her drop down. But with that smoke in towards main, they are signaling this is the way they want to go. Fatal, the 5-7. And look at Taddy lurking through the smoke, trying to find a timing, but she doesn't catch it. Bokor has her eyes peeled. And look at the health on both these teams. Almost identical, mirrored, but 30 seconds left. Favors the defense. Fatal holding in towards main. She's got the FAMAS and the HP.
Yeah, this off angle though. The issue you've got is they're going to split in through towards the heavens, caught in between two mines. Shoes down on B, can't quite help out.
Shu still has a potential to pull this off because they've just come through heaven. And she's here immediately, but eyes aren't looking for her. Swings on down for the first and the second. Shu! Unbelievable, the timing, the clutch, again and again.
Absolutely ridiculous. And it's also the first kill she gets is on the low HP player, and you think, oh, there's a chance that they could spin round and still secure it, but no. Delivers crucial kills on the 5-7. And with 12 HP, she makes it work.
5-7, nerf, please. You can see she's falling down there. It's like, oh, that's a little dicey, but readjust, doesn't fall to her death. And of course, the Force War continues. FURIA, bomb planted, have enough to keep pushing the issue.
Well, if this is going to be as back and forth as Anubis was, then the desk might not get their wish with the snipers because the finances are going to be absolutely wrecked.
Outside smoke's coming through. Elizabeth with a FAMAS just going to sit on back in garage, play this deep angle. It's going to hear Izaa running on through, and Izaa's the only one here. So that's a bit of info. Shu's rotated down and isn't going to get there quick enough to be able to fight her off, so it's just going to play on the site itself.
Being so loud about this approach. Flashbang forward, taking the space, waiting, because typically the CTs will try and push in towards lobby. That's exactly what FURIA are hoping for.
Yeah, with Izaa's position here, she can come fast up vent, so if they go for this A pop, which it does look like they're setting up for, you can see Car on top of T roof, ready for some utility. But Olga, she's removed by Fatal early, taking this long-range engagement out from CT vent, and they've got no way to flush her out. She can just tuck on in here. Taddy tries to take the fight. So now Fatal has to be the one that does the work, and she's driven by Izaa. Pops up the vent and pops Fatal. Victoria with this M4 coming through on the flank, but Car knows she's here. She has to take her time. That bomb is planted.
Yeah, good work by Car. Good reposition. Victoria none the wiser. Now she steps in with the M4, holding for Shu. Oh, the timing is there. And it actually favors Shu. That's devastating.
Now it's on. GaBi and izaa are so low. A stiff breeze will take them down. One coming through from the heavens. Shu in from single. Isn't in kit on either of these players. There is one in towards Hut, though. They just need to find the kills. That's one. But izaa on the site has Bokor by her side, and there's just no time. It's ticking on down. She has to find these kills immediately, and they're just swinging around the silo.
That's izaa with 3 kills on the MAC-10 as well. That's $1,800 now reinvested back in for the future. FURIA tie up the scoreline 2 rounds apiece. And considering the fact that it didn't look so great on that CT side yesterday, every T round honestly is at a premium here for FURIA. The amount that they can gather now will only really help them out to try and close this in 2.
And of course, with things as they are, Pandas Fearless have to invest back in. Those 5-7s worked out for them last time. Can they repeat it?
It's going to be consecutive rounds. That's going to force the hand of one of these teams to save. Currently, we haven't got that issue spotted. Maybe not. But a load of shrapnel in her toes is going to force her back just a little bit further. FURIA being very patient, waiting for any sort of extensive push, any sort of aggression thrown in, but Pandas Fearless, we know that they are so ready and more than happy just to sit in and wait.
Yeah, playing patient here at the moment. A flash outside for a bit of a peek. Trying to get information is Elizabeth. izaa is sitting very far back, now starts to progress forward. Outside flash comes through, setting her up for a bit more of a play, but they want to stick to the sites. They've got these 5-7s where they can play up close and personal. Very potent at close range, and Shu lets one pass by, swings out for the second, drops her, adjusting for two, Bok! Kerr falls, and GaBi gets the trade. But here's Car with the bomb on her back, dropping another. Thaddeus is sitting on the ladder, swings on out, almost overwhelms, and in fact, she does it with the Desert Eagle. Tries to use the Scout as well, and it leaves Fatal alone. Now izaa is in towards main. Fatal should have this read. Has to clear the angle, spots her out just about. She wasn't going to be looking, but now she gets the AK, and GaBi drops down from silo, not heard yet.
This is so aggressive from GaBi. Look at the immediate reposition. Bomb scooped up. But where do you take this read? You've got to kind of come through the doorway. Has been secure. Fatal, it's the timing game again. It's so close, but GaBi just bests her out.
These margins are so fine between these teams, but GaBi again, of course, in the clutch, coming out ahead. Catches Fatal on the reposition. Denies IEMImpact Fearless their third. Shu finding two here is incredible.
And even though the fact is brought into a 1 versus 1, it's going to force the hand. The CT side, you need to save. You need to bring out the rifles at some point. It's just going to be USPs, but a pop flash play towards outside could be the move.
Yeah, so finally, FURIA get a chance to breathe, to slow down. That red blood coursing through their veins, pumping. Now their hearts can relax a little. There's that flash, and izaa standing tall. 3 kills go her way before she's eventually taken down. That should be about all the damage that can be inflicted here. Taddy can recover the AK, hold on to that. FURIA get their 4.
And Tati has got the rifle. GaBi's looking. Trying to deny. And will best. Now that can be safeguarded. Fatal. Her sole objective in here is just trying to get in and get out with that AK-47, but GaBi's holding. It's even repositioned all the way further back. Low HP, but gets slammed on through. OLGA is there in the back lines as well.
Yeah, and she gets an upgrade too, so that's perfect. Exactly the way FURIA wanted that one to go. Mac 10 player goes down. AKs for everybody. Happy days. IEMImpact Fearless now. All their rifles out, so finally we get to see a full buy versus a full buy. Again, as alluded to on the desk, the AWPs are absent, and I suspect will be for some time.
As to the flashbangs for 9 Pandas. Only 2 of them in the round. Have to see what the preventative utility of the incendiaries and the grenades can do. Deep setup being adopted by Elizabeth over towards Garage. Victoria spamming on through. izaa incredibly low, lucky to be alive.
Yeah, fast crossed outside. 4 players already down. GaBi holding in towards lobby. It's a classic B hit, and they are not being slow about it. Shu up on the rafters, spots them out, and actually manages to finish that kill onto izaa. But OLGA trades immediately. It's a pure 4-on-4 here. GaBi, oh, here's all of this rotation. She's in the perfect position to capitalize and be in the back lines. 3 players coming from ramp, and GaBi is slowly lurking through.
Yeah, she'll be there if they need her. Flashbangs are good. 9 Pandas Fearless. If they add a little bit of pace to this, it could be to FURIA's detriment. Car trying to deal with the secret player. OLGA's found one. It's all falling apart. And there is GaBi on that late lobby lurk. They've learned a lot from yesterday's game.
Yeah, looking like a completely different beast here. Gabzilla stepping up. Even though she wasn't needed to close it out, she does get that final kill. FURIA showing their prowess on Nuke. And we're starting to slowly fill in that blank sheet that we had in front of us for 9 Pandas Fearless on this map. It's early still. They call a timeout. Because this round, again, we're in that position where the CTs, they're in that up and down, buy, save, buy, save. The most we'll see maybe a few pistols, but that does mean Victoria should be getting the AWP out into the following round.
Yeah, it does. And we know how proficient 9 Pandas can be when they're working with very minimal. They really like these up-close, in-your-face encounters. They're not afraid to try and dismantle your attack before it can even begin. OLGA does everything there, finds the open, a good presence of mind to clear that deep rafters position, because that angle is so often overlooked. And Shu, probably a little bit unfortunate there, but it's just really nice diligence from OLGA.
All right, what can these pistols do? They've done a lot with the 5.7s. Fatal has one. Taddy's the only one with armor, though. So even recovering a rifle off a lone wandering player, Still not going to mean a death sentence.
Bokor holding. The car is on cleanup crew. Pistols are doing some damage. 2 kills. Not the end of the world, but it's all right. It's a little bit there. It's showing a little bit of presence. It's like, look, we are still here.
Yeah, third would have been nice. Bokor goes low. But, you know, you can't have everything in life. You find 2. And now look what you got. Not just 1 AWP, Brandon. 2 AWPs.
Ooh.
And a third, in fact, on the server.
Yeah. For good
Everyone
measure.
gets an AWP.
It's going to be interesting to see where Victoria plays. Shu, more often than not, has kind of been this ramp player, so it makes sense for her to be in that position, just locking it down in. Victoria right now is actually peeking and getting aggressive in towards Hut. Look at her go. But in actual fact, FURIA, they're applying a lot of pressure outside.
Yeah, it's completely empty. Nobody is holding it at all. The closest is Tati, who's deep in towards heaven with the M4. And again, good damage done onto izaa, who has been the unfortunate one on these crosses that always seems to get hit on the timing shots. She's the only one that's actually come down. Fatal should have her number, but I guess not. It's izaa that's ringing through. A kill goes her way, and now she can just hang out here. Might be low, but she's done so much damage and keeps them guessing about B the entire time.
Yeah, and now they're going to try and split through main. This gets a little bit awkward. Ramp is clear. GaBi's holding for this push as well. This is really well done. FURIA, they're taking no chances. Maybe Heaven could disrupt the plans, but Olga's holding for it.
Yeah, Tati's under so much pressure. izaa is so close, and, well, it doesn't matter. Olga takes down Tati. 3v5 now. The 2 AWPs have to do the work, and one of them is about to get destroyed. GaBi has been patient in the corner. Victoria sent to the grave. izaa walks through the heavens, finds it clear. Shu and Elizabeth are over towards ramp.
Looks like they are going to give it a little bit of a look in. 2 versus 5, limited money. I'd just try and save if I were you, but Elizabeth does find GaBi. Olga, next opponent. Immediate annihilation. Shu with the AWP. That one rings out. That's alarm bells for 9 Pandas. They need to save on this. It's such a heavy investment. izaa denies. And that was a really well-played mid-round by FURIA. They know that there's not too much contact outside, not too much pressure. And especially with izaa finding the frag on towards Fatal, the reset in towards main is perfect.
Yeah, imagine buying 2 AWPs and neither of them fires off a single shot. That ain't it.
Yeah, that really doesn't feel ideal. And what was so close, it was 2-2, but FURIA have just come on leaps and bounds on this T side. They've really grown into the half. It's just Deagles. I say just, but Tati is trying to deliver. But the MAC-10 is dominant, as too are the AKs. FURIA, 6 rounds is normally good on the T side of Nuke, but they found 8.
Yeah, nice kill from Tati. Maybe 2 would have been potential, and that could have caused all sorts of chaos. But again, not to be. This is not the FURIA we saw against Na'Vi. 9 Pandas Fearless proving to be an entirely different opponent for them. And a lot of that might just come down to the amount of reps that these teams have had on this map. FURIA have played it a lot. They play it so much domestically. 9 Pandas, not so much the case.
No, definitely not. Smoke's being thrown on in, spam. Oh, it goes both ways. GaBi with the opener. Olga eats a grenade. That's a really nice one. And here we go. There's a naught popping off. Car has fallen. Victoria's got one as well.
Yeah,
but Olga's in the vent.
Still opting this double AWP setup. Victoria needs to start making something happen with hers.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's going to keep them from being eliminated is Victoria hitting shots. The rest of the players can do their thing. Shu can hold down ramp all she likes. But it needs to be Victoria. We need to see the Victoria we saw yesterday. We know she has it in her.
This round starts to slow down. I feel like the game plan for FURIA right now is to let Olga work and maybe come through the control room windows. Issue you got is that audio cue's given up immediately. Shu will be then caught in 2 mines, and then the ramp splits on the cards.
Yeah, that's exactly the play here. Shu just needs to keep calm. A kill here is enough. Not going to be the case. Now Olga strikes, opening the glass. Shu is aware of it now, but look at the pressure she's under. Plays from every direction. She dodges Olga. Now it becomes a little bit easier for her. She can just lock down one angle, and she does exactly that. Olga swinging on through and maybe over-egging it a bit. because now Bocca and GaBi, they have to creep their way back towards lobby. 20 seconds left. Have to make a play. Elizabeth might get caught out here in transition. No, she's the one that finds the kill. Bocca takes her down. The time is so limited. Picks up the bomb, but there's a player back on the site. And it's Victoria chiming in.
Yeah, that's a really interesting play because OLGA, I feel like she was really committed to that engagement, and FURIA were waiting on the result of the outcome to really decide what to do next. Because obviously, if Shu falls and the B bomb site is compromised, but you know that Pandas have been really willing just to send extra bodies to try and reinforce their positioning. Shu's under a lot of pressure. You've got 2 players already down on the site. That lobby reset was the correct call, and I feel like if you just left OLGA there, you take an extra 5 seconds where you're already on the bomb site and you get established, it would have been a little bit better. But Pandas Fearless, they do survive. It needs to be in a more consecutive manner, and that's a great start. Tati drops the bomb, but an immediate trade, and in fact, the bomb site's just compromised.
Pass through, a nice HE from Victoria. Is able to drop Bocca, so they have the player advantage with that bomb coming through. 2 players in towards Heavens as well. GaBi has a good angle here to hold it. Bomb is planted on this side, and they have to be able to defend it. Molotov comes down. OLGA's found Elizabeth, putting it back into the 3v3. Double AWP on the retake never feels comfortable. And GaBi, she's holding for Victoria. 2 players in hub, but one has actually made it out into the Heavens. Shu removed by GaBi. All falling apart now. Fatal gets run, but runs out of bullets, and Victoria is deleted. OLGA takes her down, and it's 9 for FURIA.
Yeah, a really nice change of pace for FURIA. Immediately out the gates, they go, okay, you got 1 round? Try and deal with an A hit. Immediately. Trade spacing is there. The flashbangs are just completely relentless. And FURIA, they're just able to take the site immediately.
Yes, it's a rough CT side for Pandas Fearless. They take a timeout now. Again, they're not going to have really... Oh, yeah, 2 players have enough for a buy, but I don't think they will opt to do so. And, you know, there's that famous Beatles quote about Ringo not even being the best drummer.
Yeah.
That feels kind of like Victoria and Shu right now. Is Victoria even the best AWPer in Pandas Fearless right now? Shu is really the only one stepping up for them.
Yeah, she's the ramp player as well. She's been under a little bit of pressure, but more often than not, it's her actually just rotating in, trying to find the impact. Okay. At this point, though, I understand the argument for it, because if you are on the CT side, you need as many rounds as you can. I feel like 9 has already quite escaped you. Fatal, burning alive, so low. Doesn't actually get pushed in towards car.
Yeah, Fatal's nervous now. A single spray through that smoke would take her down. The double ramp set up here, I like it because Victoria doesn't have armor, so she needs that support. But ramp hasn't been an often hit. They've gone there a couple of times, but most of the time they're focusing on these A hits, taking outside control, which they're going to do again. Elizabeth is here with an MP9. She's going to get forced on back and thinks about throwing the smoke, but doesn't want to reveal that she's here. Flash over top. Looks like there was a missed smoke in the mix as well, up on towards main. It's not going to deter them. They're finding space because nobody is outside.
Car on a swivel is holding for secret. That's her responsibility. Elizabeth, if she pokes her head up, it could be quite dangerous, but she's waiting so patiently. But Shu has pushed into lobby, but OLGA has been here the entire round, and GaBi with another. Now this heaven reset can come in for FURIA, and they can crunch A.
How frustrated must you be if you are Pandas Fearless right now? FURIA with so much pace again and again. And as soon as you've got all the guns out and you want to take the fights, they just stop completely in their tracks. And you just walk into their bullets.
It's a really nice slow round, and it's also orchestrated by the fact that Car is able to walk out to red without any congestion and without any utility. It's always an unknown entity for Pandas Fearless, whether FURIA are really outside or not, because normally you guys your cross with these smokes that have so often been thrown into the early stages of this first half. By just having all of this control, it reveals so much information, and as a result, you can just sit in and wait for this contact to come to you.
Pistols once more. Bit of fight outside. Car gets one. Hasn't really been needed at all in what feels like this entire series. They'll strike against these pistols. izaa, a nice headshot onto Fatal. And at 11th. Only second now. Again, they're just holding. Pandas Fearless have shown that they're going to push the issue. And yep, there it is. Patty revealing herself in hut. GaBi telling her, nope, you're not coming through. And now it's wallbang coming through. Bokka takes down Shu. GaBi empties a few extra bullets into Taddy, sending a message.
Yeah, this is, again, a completely different side to FURIA that we're not really used to seeing. I think that's fair to say. You normally associate this team with the South American flair, the aggressive nature, so willing to take these fights. And here we've seen the most disciplined, passive, structured T side I've ever seen out of FURIA.
This is a team that has been second in the world in every single event. They've always fallen to Enigma Galaxy. They needed this evolution. They needed to adopt the European playstyles so they can take it on against Enigma Galaxy, which is what they'll be doing if they can take down 9 Pandas Fearless here.
And it starts so often, as it always has done in this first half. One player falling for 9 Pandas Fearless. Defense slightly having that kink in the armor. Tati now pushing. Has to clear red, but doesn't.
Clear it.
They walk right past each other. This could be a little bit of a weird situation, but she does turn around. At the same time, ramp control given up.
Olga's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to go through here. You're throwing Molotovs in my face. Don't slow me down. I want to go hard.
Look at that repos from 9 Pandas. There's 3 players down B because you've lost this space.
The repo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we down with the kids.
That's me.
B-Dog.
Hello. The B stands for
with
Boomer.
All right, well, moving into the A-bomb site. Here's FURIA. 4-4 in the heavens. Swarm on down like a furious pack of angels. That's what angels do.
Yeah, they furiously pack together.
Yeah, like a flock of devil birds. No, not devil birds. That's devils.
That's the opposite.
That's the demons. That's B4. Wrong South American team.
Well, I feel like the point is that 9 Pandas Fearless need to go for this. The flames spreading, trickling out. The pack of angels trying to isolate them one by one. Olga, though, just says no. Have that. Bokor with the close. 12 rounds on the T side for FURIA.
What a domination. Does 9 Pandas have anything to show? Because elimination is just 4 rounds away.
I'm walking alone. This is your door. I'm walking alone. I'm going home. I'm walking alone. This is your door. I'm walking alone. Going home. I'm walking alone. This is your door. I'm walking alone. I'm going home. I'm walking alone. This is your door. I'm walking alone.
pack of Angels or pack of Panthers, doesn't matter. The important thing is it's pack mentality from FURIA as they strike for 12 on the T side of Nuke.
Yeah, I don't know what you know about Pandas, Brandon, but they've got a bit of a reputation, and it's not for being particularly exciting. They tend to just sort of chill out, lounge about, and that's kind of what it's looked like on this CT side.
Literally my spirit animal.
Literally, quite literally. They need to channel something else. Perhaps a brown bear or a polar bear, maybe because it's snowing.
Yeah. Smoke, flash, through. Interesting play on the pistol. They all cross outside with only one casualty, but information is given over. Shu's here on A trying to catch these vent rotates. In actual fact, they can just come straight up themselves.
Shu has played that perfectly, catches that timing. The issue is izaa is so close, but she might just get overwhelmed. The dualies have to connect, and they do for one. So keeping that advantage, but the bomb can go down.
Scrambling rotations everywhere. OLGA has a smoke and a defuse kit. GaBi, at the moment, she's still on B, so this gets a little bit interesting. They want to group up before they attack.
Yeah, look at Fatal. They've gotten so much information. They know it can only really be from Heaven because Taddy has this deep attack, and oh no, the timing. GaBi comes on through, but Taddy wins it out. Shu and Taddy now have to do it all. OLGA brought down low, and the bomb, it is planted for Taddy. A smoke on the bomb has caused a bit of chaos. Taddy thinks that maybe they're onto this, and there's a gap there for OLGA to work with.
Oh my goodness me, FURIA put a smoke on the bomb, and you're right, it's just the audio cue. It baits out both of these players. They try and swing together to try and disrupt, try and strip away kills, and when you think Tati's dealt with GaBi on the flank, there potentially could be a round on the cards, and it's an inventive little pistol. I like the idea from 9 Pandas, but FURIA, there's just too many players.
Yeah, it's brave crossing outside with Glocks, right? Just because you're up against USPs, which is going to tap you out, and the most you'll probably hit is like 37 and 8, if you're me at the very least. And 9 Pandas, I mean, they have to force. They got the bomb down, so they can get rifles out, but it's desperate now. If they lose this round, it's GG, essentially.
Yep, and that's honestly quite devastating considering how resilient they've been, how close they've really brought these best of threes in its entirety. A stomp, that one hurts.
After that Anubis game,
exactly.
So back and forth, the comeback that almost was. Maybe it's just fate. Certainly not fatal. 7 for 15. Absent here on Nuke after that dominant first map. Shu, the only one shining. And OLGA, she's burning bright. Nuclear, in fact, she peers on over, spots some heads. She's getting ready to pop them off.
I think Shu spotted her though.
Oh.
Flashbang up and over, but doesn't actually work out. A little bit misthrown. Victoria actually adds another to her tally. Carr trying to strike with the FAMAS is significant damage, but it's not quite the kill. But maybe this MP9 could be the fly in the ointment.
Yeah, maybe you don't go down after you've killed 3 players outside. Maybe that's the, oh, okay, let's go back to A play. And that's exactly the read because both FURIA players rotated down to B, as you would suspect. So all they have to do is not fumble it. There's a good crossfire here set up. Bomb can be planted. FURIA might just want to poke their heads in here because the economy is so fragile for 9 Pandas that any kills you find here are huge. And knowing you've got a 10-round lead, right? You just want to inflict damage.
Yeah.
Keep the T's crippled.
It's also a case of just, you can upgrade an MP9 to a Galil, an AK at the better end. You might as well give that one a little bit of a go. Any extra cash you can find, perfect. But at the same time, you're compromising the idea of a Kevlar and helmet, diffuse kit. It's one of those ones where it's a little bit up in the air. No kills are presenting themselves to FURIA, so they're just going to sit on it.
Yeah, and that's some of that more reserved playstyle that we're starting to see them adopt. They're not overextending here, not throwing around these MP9s as much as I wanted it to happen. It doesn't. They keep these for the next round, which means their teammates have to force anyway just because of their money. So having 2 MP9s, even potentially, could even make the case to drop over a FAMAS if Boko wants to, if the rest of the team is forcing. So, or even just buying one for herself. So I think they'll be feeling okay into this. Actually, it's going to be the scout coming out. I want to see more of what we saw earlier, the sawn-off. That's the first time I've seen it, right? It feels like this is a map where you can pull out some shotguns.
I mean, FURIA can't buy that.
Well, no. They can
Max
buy,
7.
Like, Nova, Max 7.
Snapping turtle.
Oh, no. izaa, aggression. What is that long-range MP9 kill?
I don't know.
It doesn't, not meant to work like that. What are you doing, izaa? Getting traded, as is her teammate. Carp trying to get some blood back. Not able to connect.
That grenade goes off like a firework, high in the sky. Doesn't do any damage, but it looks a little bit pretty. Reset outside, 4 for 9 Pandas. As to a FURIA, Car can take the first bit of contact, try and set up the FAMAS and the Deagle for easy kills. GaBi's just in this smoke.
Oh, you don't want Car to start getting these tags. That's when it gets scary. This should never have been a position that they could have recovered from. But they're starting to make it work. Fatal with 2, and it's only going to be 2. Shu has to find 2. She spotted 1. GaBi, this is a free kill. All she has to do is isolate Bokor. Knows where she was. Flames in towards credit. Isolates 1 angle, but Bokor is not budging. Knows that Shu has to walk past her. Jiggles with the smoke out, but adjusts. And it almost, for a second, looked like FURIA were going to steal that one away, but 9 Pandas Fearless able to clutch through.
Yeah, I guess a little bit scary when you go back into the tool belt and try and equip nades in a 1 versus 1. But Bokor's a little bit overextended on the angle. The knee is spotted from her. It just protrudes out. And as a result, Shu is able to adjust and able to clutch up for her team. Oh, it's so scary.
That deep squat really coming back to haunt Bokor, but a great round from her. Again, she was incredibly impressive on Anubis, and it feels like she's finding good footing here as well. Finally, 9 Pandas Fearless are going up against an eco. They haven't had that this entire map.
That's true.
Every single time it's been against a buy.
A little bit of respite, a little bit of relief. Elizabeth, big gap in these smokes. Trying to take a little bit of a gander in, a little bit of a peek, trying to see if she can see anything. Well, best case scenario, just take all of the space for free. Look at this, already in towards Garage.
Yeah, you should know the FURIA are probably going to be stacking something. A is the obvious candidate. I mean, it is the candidate. No one's going to stack B. That's crazy. You'd be mad. Or maybe a genius. Probably not, just mad. And 9 Pandas Fearless going to find everything empty. Elizabeth likely to wrap Heaven and poke her head in, and that's when she'll get that info, and the rest of the team go down secret.
Yep. Pretty much.
Ooh, or wrap into A where the stack is.
Oh, no, don't do that.
It might not matter. Elizabeth's going to have a good timing here. Gets that 1. Ding dong down, though. Does she want to re-peek this? Apparently, yes. Does damage. She's going to fall off now, and yeah, that's the call. Let's go ramp.
Yeah, that's good. Nice restraint. You send Elizabeth in on a recon mission. She finds out the stack. Tati can now hear them repositioning down towards the vent. Should just be a cleanup. Pretty nice as well. Everyone in the feeds chiming in. izaa saving an AK. That would be a nice little luxury to bring forward.
Yeah, should be happy to pick that one up. Little labored from Tati. Feels like she should have had that kill, but it's a difficult headshot angle. Do you believe?
Do I believe?
Do you believe?
No, not right now.
Okay.
It's 13-6. We're a long way back. It is a very momentum-based Counter-Strike. That's all I'm going to say. The fact that 9 Pandas Fearless have done really well, but they're yet to really test the rifles of FURIA, which are coming out right here, right now.
I don't know if this is going to be able to save this. Shu is charging on through, and they are hunting her. They don't want to lose Elizabeth here, so yeah, Shu needs to take first contact, and yeah, gonna fall. Elizabeth gets the kill. 9 Pandas Fearless looking good, just like that CPU out in the background.
Let's see this investment then. What are FURIA really working with? Car, no AWP. It's M4s across the board for this CT side, apart from Bokor, who's got a FAMAS towards ramp.
Victoria continues to be uncontested with the AWP, but is she putting out much of a contest to be contested?
She has worked her way back into the game so far. OLGA, we saw this yesterday, so direct, so keen to be proactive, but Tati over the top of the silo with a devastating blow.
This is where Na'Vi were punishing OLGA. They know that she loves to play outside. Star Riflers often do. And if you can punish her early, keep her restrained, that's where you can start to find your way into these rounds. Car is unaccounted for in credit, and she can do a lot of damage here. Takes down Fader, but one to slip past here. Elizabeth, an immediate trade. Starts to accelerate towards Heaven. This is a good position for 9 Pandas Fearless. The immediate response from FURIA naturally start to push lobby, but this is where this roof hold from Shu is so potent. izaa gonna walk straight on in. An easy kill for Shu.
It is, but the bomb still needs to be recovered. That's Tati's responsibility. GaBi's actually hit a little bit of a timing, and those feet are for free. Shoot, fools.
Yeah, free feet, but that's all it's going to be that GaBi gets to examine. Removed by Elizabeth. Boko on B. They're going to A. So they survived the test against the Rifles.
Yeah, it's really interesting actually just seeing the way that Nine Pandas Fearless are setting themselves up on this T side. There's a lot of proactivity towards outside. It's not just for the secret control. Actually, they haven't been down secret once. It's always been towards the CT side of the map, trying to wrap in, try and split on towards A from Heaven. And it's just really interesting. If Olga keeps kind of banging her head against the wall, trying to throw her body at the problem, and not coming up with much solutions, much like she did yesterday against Na'Vi Javelins, then Nine Pandas Fearless, they're going to have all of this space. The key thing, the key response, in my opinion, when the money is going to be there for FURIA, is going to be what the desk alluded to right as this map even began, and that's the AWP. Because if Car can take the space, she can go toe-to-toe with Victoria. She can create opportunities for FURIA to close out the game.
Yeah, and honestly, it feels like Car should be coming out ahead there. Victoria's just walking around with an AWP on this half. I don't think she's gotten a kill on the T side yet, but she's had the AWP for like 3 rounds now. Maybe that's just a testament to the power of these rifles that are on the Nine Pandas Fearless squad, which was the story on Anubis. Both those AWPs on either side, not really needed. But it is going to be needed for Nine Pandas Fearless. They're going to be in a good position to take this 8th, just because it is that saved FAMAS over. And as you mentioned, FURIA want to keep everything for the follow-up.
Then where'd you go? Are you stacking again? Are you going for a lobby crunch potentially? There's so many thoughts racing through Nine Pandas' minds. It's definitely a cause for concern and consideration. It's so important that you get through this round unscathed.
Speed outside. Olga has gotten up close with this 5-7. Oh, good start from Elizabeth, but doesn't do the final bullet. Just shooting them off, but they don't connect. Is lucky to be alive. Olga. Oh! No! The head was spotted, but Olga is quicker on the trigger. Tati now has her locked in. Should be able to drop izaa as well. Almost another one onto Car. Olga removes, so Tati recovering from where Olga had started to sow chaos.
Yep. Tati providing significant overwatch, bailing out Nine Pandas. And now the bomb site. Oh, it looked like it was going to be compromised on A, but GaBi's pushed ramp. That's another gun that's just been recovered. 3 versus 3. You're not considering the squeaky play. That's where Fatal steps in.
How are you not holding for these ramp pushes again and again? Almost caught off guard. Car now can do damage, has to hit the digs, but can't connect it. And again, it's Boko. 1v3 alone. Now going to be coming to her in hut. She can do a lot here. Fatal's walking on forward, not looking her way, but adjusts at the last second, and they keep 3 alive.
It's dangerous, though. Alarm bells ringing for this T side, but they've done very well to build in. Since losing that pistol round, they've won 5 rounds in a row. That gap is closing. Obviously, it's still a long way back in. There's still a mountain to climb for Nine Pandas Fearless. And there is Car on that AWP.
This was 3 for 13. Now FURIA have everything. Car, AWP in hand. On towards A. And that's a missed smoke outside. Olga can now capitalize on this, although she's a little nervous, wants to keep presence towards main. A boost about to come through. But the smoke, well, Fatal's just going to be sitting, looking down at her shoes. Ray in her eyes.
Car's got a lot of leverage out here towards Heaven. So much control. She can take first contacts, and then Olga can be the first responder swinging onto the scene through that smoke. Boko, it really is on her shoulders not to concede ramp.
Yeah, the rotations from Car will come quick, though. Here she is. Flash off the ankle, but she can swing on back through. Boko tries to get the kills, and she does go down, but Car trades, and Olga catches Elizabeth outside. A player advantage now for FURIA. As Nine Pandas Fearless regroup towards A, Tati has the bomb on her back and she's moved in towards single. Now nobody outside of GaBi is actually on the side itself. A lot of focus outside. If they can get past GaBi, they've got a way in.
Great smoke. That's actually going to force the hand of 9 Pandas. GaBi not revealing her position. Shoot will fall. GaBi trying to be an anchor. OLGA's actually dropped in from heaven. 9 Pandas Fearless running out of time, so they reconvene down towards the vents, but izaa has been here the entire time.
Yeah, she's here, ready for it. Here's that bomb being planted. She's going to try and flank around through single. Victoria's here. Oh, throws up the Molotov. Spots her, can reposition, and hits the shot. Thriving in these close combat scenarios. Shuts the door to feign the retreat. And now she's ready for the fight. So is Taddy. Catches GaBi off guard. OLGA swings on through with a quick headshot. Knows where Taddy is. And Taddy has no idea. FURIA finally find their 14th.
OLGA really elevates FURIA to the 14th round. It's her. It's all on her shoulders. And right when FURIA need her, she delivers. You think that Victoria, as soon as she hits the first one, you're always like, okay, there's a real potential here, especially in these short-term engagements. But no, it's OLGA with 3 important kills in the round.
Yeah, when Taddy gets that second, I'm like, ooh, this is now getting very scary for FURIA. But of course, it is OLGA. I mean, it looked like that round was done when they started to hit A, right? And GaBi finds that opening kill. You got OLGA on the side. They make a great decision to drop B. Can't quite recover it. Now OLGA's empowered. Fatal removed. She is not stopping, but maybe she'll be forced to as Taddy from on high removes her. Victoria. Oh, she has finally got that AWP kill. But it might be the only one. Car is trained in on her position.
It's a bit scary, though, because she can't really reset. Victoria tries to flash herself through, but it doesn't work. Car misses another shot. Elizabeth brought low, but space found in towards Garage. Car needs to really be careful.
Yeah, that gap as Car repositioned, that's allowed Elizabeth to creep forward. She has the bomb. That's a bit of a concern because it kind of limits her ability to lurk out here. She also has like no health, so this can get very scary for her, especially because Car is on a bit of a hunt here. And oh, Elizabeth, a blinding headshot. Car deleted. Now she has a decision to make. That's the bomb spotted. Information gathered for FURIA, and it makes sense. It's either going to be Heaven or B. A 2v2 izaa. She wants to scout out this hell position, and that's going to give an avenue through to B.
That's going to be heard as well, especially with the windows breaking. FURIA can reset. Try and go for this 2 versus 2. They've got kits, they've got utility, and they've got time.
2v2, but it's all on Shoot. Such little HP on Elizabeth. Getting up onto the rafters. She can tuck in behind the silent. Are they going to double up here? No, surely not. Shu is by her side, so yeah, they are looking to do this. I don't know about Elizabeth being on top, but it's a good bait and switch at the very least. But that spam is deadly. And now the jig is up. They know exactly where they are. izaa, a great first kill. The second runs out of bullets, but Shu is brought down low, and it's too easy for GaBi to close.
I like the idea, but it gets shut down immediately with that spam from Decon, which is such a common one that you face. And it's such a common one you implore in these retakes. And as a result, 9 Pandas Fearless crumble. And FURIA, they've got 7 series points, and for 9 Pandas Fearless, they need to not put a foot wrong for 7 rounds, otherwise they're going to be eliminated.
Yeah, they've got all the buy in the world here, plenty of money. FURIA have now a bit of momentum, 2 consecutive rounds to their name, and a single round now separating them from that semi-final rematch with Enigma Galaxy. One for the ages. They can taste it. Salivating off their fangs. 9 Pandas Fearless. Everything to do.
What's the gap here? For 9 Pandas Fearless, coach in the ear. It is do or die. Victoria AWP. At least you've got that for your T side, because she is starting to find these opening kills, but is it too little too late?
And milk cartons are out. Picture of Victoria on them. A single kill on the T side. OLGA and Elizabeth avoiding each other here, but look how low Elizabeth is. OLGA just needs to catch the right timing. Maybe not with the butterfly knife out. The AK in hand. Oh, Elizabeth is ready for it. Somehow wins out that engagement despite the HP. And that's maybe a pathway through. You can see she wants to peek on in here, but she can't be the first contact. It needs to be her team swinging out. She's just holding this position. The rest of the teams grouping up in towards lobby. A flash over top. GaBi tucked into the back, but Car has activated. Victoria, a big shot, but izaa, bigger headshots than Victoria. It was all on her, but it's a double from GaBi that takes the series for FURIA. They go through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, and 9 Pandas fearless. They are resilient, but they left themselves too much to do in that second half. We started to see glimpses of it, though. I think it was 5 rounds in a row for that T side trying to build back into the series. It's a brave pick, a pocket one of Nuke to allow it through the veto in the first place. And as a result, it does cost them a spot here in the semi-finals.
Yeah, a fantastic.